Hey everyone, welcome. 1 month ago I did a video about finally rack mounting my stuff, and I must admit at the time I thought it went surprisingly well. And then someone came along and said, well, halfway the video I hoped you would realize that this isn't going to work, and I hoped you would install a patch panel. And I didn't, and I routed the cables through the chassis of the server rack, and well, it worked sort of. And then came another server, and I needed to connect that server. And I came to the conclusion that, well, this is not the solution I'm looking for, because the cables had to be routed through the switch in front of another server, the Unraid server, to the second server. Yeah, that wasn't going to work. So I ordered a patch panel, and it's a Cat 6 patch panel, 24 ports. And the cool thing about this patch panel is that you can just connect your normal network cables to the back of this patch panel and a normal network cable to the front, so with the connectors still attached, so no need for a punch tool. So yeah, that suited me really fine, and the price as well, because I didn't even pay 30 euros, less than 30 euros for this thing. I will link it in the video description on where to find it. Now there is a small but. Downside with this patch panel is that some of the connectors have some plastic welding still inside, and that's where the cable doesn't click in. So I had to remove that with a hobby knife, and after that it would just click. And I've read some comments and reviews from people who also bought this patch panel who had to do almost all 24 ports. Yeah, that's really time consuming. So yeah, luckily for me it wasn't the case. So I could just install that, and I already did. I wanted to save it for the video, but I just wanted to get started with that. Now in the last video I also showed you what I got. I got some Cat 6 cable, and I got some couplers for network cables, 3 of them. And I got some network plugs. Yeah, modular 8P8C plug shielded type. And of course we have some cage nuts and bolts for the server rack. And then I got the best tool ever. I found this on Amazon as well, because the first time when I installed my Unraid server into the server rack, I had to install these things by hand. And that's fine for 1 or 2, but not for 6 or 7 or 8 of them. And that's where this tool comes in. You just clip it in like this, and look at that. You can easily insert it into your server rack, and that way you can just screw in the bolt, and yeah, you're done. This was really helpful installing the rest of the stuff, and you would spare your fingertips. Yeah, so that's that. I also got a network crimping tool, and yeah, this one is really useful as well. We have a normal network plug, and we have a crimping tool, but this doesn't fit. I don't know why. Maybe there are more types of these than I know of. So I got another one. This one, other way around. I have made some patch cables before filming this video, and yeah, you can just Google for the diagram for a straight cable. That's basically what it is. Put a couple of plugs on it and you're done. Yeah, get the right tool and you're done. Yeah. So we're gonna start by creating some more patch cables with the length like this. Yeah. So we're just gonna cut this cable to the length we want. Like that. Now we have 8 wires. If you never have cut a cable yourself, get this stuff out of there. Orange and white, and we have a solid orange, and the same goes for green, the same goes for blue, and the same goes for brown. So we have 8 cables into this. Yeah, and it's twisted pairs, so that's where the name comes from. Now, the color scheme for a straight cable is orange, white, orange, green, white, blue, blue, white, green, brown, white, brown, in the correct order. So if you have a network plug, this thingy, like this. So, and if you do it wrong, it doesn't really matter as long as you do it wrong on the other side as well. So we're gonna create a few cables, and I'm not going to record everything of that. No, that's a bit stupid and it will take way too much of your time. Sorry for that. So orange, white, orange, and then green, white, blue, blue, white, green, and then brown, white, brown. Yes. Imagine if you would do this all day long. It would drive me nuts. I was also thinking of just buying these patch cables, and then I thought, well, what's the fun in that? We should make them ourselves, right? Yeah. But then if you have made as many as I did already, it's a different thing. It's not so fun anymore. We cut them at the length we want, not too long. Orange, white, orange, green, white, blue, blue, white, green, brown, white, brown. Put them in the plug. Like that. All the way to the beginning. Then we get the cable in our tool. And we crimp them. Like that. Nice, huh? And now we're gonna do the other side as well. And then we have something like this. A really small patch cable. Yeah, so it's cheaper to make them yourself, but yeah, it will take some time. Especially if you want to do 24 of these. So we're gonna take these downstairs to the pantry, we're gonna connect them, and I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the server rack and what I went through to get everything installed again. And here we are in the pantry once again. Yeah, this is how it is right now. Let me get the cables right there. So yeah, these are still a bit too long. Yeah, a little bit too long. Yeah, I will cut this to length later on. But you get the idea. So the patch panel is below the switch, and yeah, everything that is on the network is connected to the patch panel, and the patch panel to the switch. Yes. So that way cables don't run in front of my Unraid server or any other server. This is the Super Micro, and it is, yeah, ready for surgery. I use the RAID controller at work for a test setup. So yeah, the RAID controller is out currently. I have another one in my suitcase, so yeah, we'll install that this weekend, and we're gonna have some fun with this Super Micro server. Now, if you have some ideas for this server, yeah, please let us know in the comment section what we can do with this. It's an older one, 2 Xeon CPUs. Yeah, as I mentioned in the previous video, 64 gigabytes of ECC RAM. Yeah, it's still got some juice in it. I also ordered a couple of these drive caddies, so we can fill it up nicely. Yeah, maybe a test server. Yeah. Okay, so back to the patch panel. Sorry. So we have a couple more of these. Now, where are we gonna connect this? So let's see. We have port 13, and that corresponds with 13 on the patch panel, like this. Yeah, that's nice. And let's see, what do we have? Oh, if you want to use this for 12, it's gonna be a little bit short. That's not going to work. No, 12 is over there. Yeah, so we need to make some longer cables for that as well. And this is 22. We can use it for 22, like that, and like that. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Yeah. Is this long enough for 20? No, never, never. This one still too short. Yeah. Okay. So what do we got? We got 20. Isn't gonna. That's one too long for 20. Yeah, this one for 20. Yeah. 20. Yeah. And this one is a little bit short. So this one for 19 then. Oh. Like that. Yes. Yeah, I like where this is going. Yeah. So that's for the network cables. As far as the Supermicro server goes, I had to reassemble the whole server rack because the Supermicro server wouldn't fit in there. Because the rack was too far back and therefore the real kit wouldn't fit. So I reassembled it and yeah, now I'm quite happy with the result. Now, of course I could go with a rack mount UPS, but that would cost me an additional 1 or 2 U. And I only have 4 left. And these two, yeah, this 2U, this space will be occupied by my HP server. I think I'm just going with a backup solution that I can just, yeah, put on the shelf. So for the people who haven't seen it yet, this is the 25 bay server I got from my friend. And yeah, it's almost completely filled with SAS drives, 146 gigabyte drives and 300 gigabyte drives. Yeah, it's a fun project server, I guess. And on top of that, no one has seen that yet. I got this one last week. For now, I will just name it unbranded. I don't have a clue what model this is, haven't looked it up yet. But this one has 16 drive bays, and you can see right here to a SAS backplane. And this one will be filled with 3 terabyte SATA drives. And this will be a backup server. So yeah, it will have some capacity. Will be interesting because the controller that's currently installed in this server doesn't even support 3 terabyte drive. So maybe we can fix that with a firmware update. But this will be a video as well. And I haven't got a clue how I'm going to do that. Or what I'm even going to run on this. Haven't figured that out yet. So back to this HP server. This will be installed in the server rack as well. So this one will take up 2U and we are left with only 2U then. And then the server rack is completely filled. So the UPS will probably just be installed on the shelf. Yeah. So yeah, that kept me pretty busy for the last week. So now we have some more projects, especially the old servers I got for myself, the Supermicro and the HP. Still, to me, unknown server. Now, as of now, I don't have the hard drives that go into that server. But when I do, we'll make a video about that and see how we can configure that server. What would be the best solution? What would be the best RAID setup even with 16 disks? Yeah. Haven't figured that out yet. With that being said, I will leave the video at this. If you have any comments, suggestions, maybe some advice, please leave them down in the comment section. Thank you all for watching and see you in the next one. Bye!